Hello and welcome students to the class of utilization of electric power. In this particular video, we are going to start a new module that is your last module in the syllabus, electrolytic process, Faraday's law, and this is a very small chapter. We have um, I have divided it into particular videos. This is a basic introductory video where we are going to deal with electrolysis. What is electrolysis? It's a different study about electrolysis and Faraday's law of electrolysis. So this is a very small video. Hope you all go through this video more than once, and it's a very easy one, very easier. From semester point of view, you can have 10 to 5 to 10 marks question from this particular chapter. So let us first study about electrolysis. Okay, a very small video, a very small one. So just go through this. What is electrolysis? Electrolysis, it is the passage of a direct electric current through an ionic substance that is either molten or dissolved in a suitable solvent. It results in chemical reaction at electrodes and separation of materials. So this is electrolysis process which deals with direct electric current and it needs an ionic substances. So electrolysis process we have again already studied it in our chemistry, right, in our first or second semester. So this is a chemical process. Requirement of electrolysis. It's a substance. What are the requirements? An electrolyte. Now what is electrolyte? It is a substance containing free ions which are the carriers of electric current in the electrolyte and a direct current supply. It provides the electrical energy necessary to create or discharge the ions in the electrolyte. Electrical current is carried by electron in the external circuit. Two electrode in an electrical conductor which provides the physical interface between the electrical circuit, providing the energy and the electrolyte. So these are the requirements of electrolysis. So what are these? An electrolyte, a direct current supply, and two electrodes. So this is the arrangement where electrodes are submerged in the electrolytes, and one is known as cathode, another is known as anode, and it is connected to a direct supply. Electrolysis. If you melt or dissolve an ionic compound such as NaCl or CuCl2, then the ions become free to move around and carry electrical current. Right? For negative, the blue circle is showing here the negative ion and this is the positive ion. So if this is a molecule of solid copper chloride, after being dissolved, it will be in negative, it will be chloride ion, and for positive, it will be copper ion. Electrolysis is used to separate a metal from its compound. So whenever we are having a compound material, we can use electrolysis process and we can separate the two metals. See here also we can have one, the positive ion is spreading over here, and these are attracted towards the negative electrode, and the negative ions, these are attracted towards the positive electrode. So chloride ion, we can have the chloride ion over here, anode, and we can have copper ion over here, that is cathode. Purifying copper. So purifying copper is a very useful application of electrolysis. So here we are having impure copper solution containing copper ions. Now here this is at the cathode, this is the pure copper, and at the anode we are having copper, impure copper. We need to be able to write half equations to show what happens during electrolysis. So these are known as electrolysis equation. At the negative electrode, the positive ion gain electrons to become neutral copper atoms. The half equation is Cu2 plus 2 electrons. At the positive electrode, the negative ion lose electron to become neutral chlorine molecule. Oxidation and reduction in electrolysis, or oxidation and reduction. At the positive electrode, the negative ion lose electrons. This is called oxidation. The half equation here, whenever they lose electron, this is oxidation. At the negative electrode, the positive ion gain electron, and this is called reduction. So the process of oxidation and reduction, if you can remember, whenever there is a gaining of electron, these are known as reduction, and whenever there is the addition of electron, these are known as oxidation. So oxidation happens in the positive electrode and reduction happens in the negative electrode. Electrolysis of brine. Sodium chloride salt is made of an alkali metal and a halogen. When it's dissolved, we call the solution brine, and we can electrolyze it to produce three things. One is chlorine gas, which is used to kill bacteria and to make acid, bleach and plastic. One is hydrogen gas, used to manufacture ammonia and margarine. And the third one is sodium hydroxide, used to make soap, paper and ceramic. So brine itself, it's an alloy, it's a solution of sodium chloride and halogen. Now this brine, if this brine is undergone through electrolysis process, we can have three different specific applications. One is chlorine gas, one is hydrogen gas, one is sodium hydroxide, and three of them have three different applications. Chlorine gas, as I've already told, it's used to kill bacteria and to make acid, bleach, plastic. Hydrogen gas used to manufacture ammonia and margarine, and sodium hydroxide used to make soap, paper and ceramic. So this is the arrangement here. This is the brine and these are two electrodes. Now Faraday's law. What does Faraday say about electrolysis? On the basis of his research, investigated electrolysis quantitatively. He found that during electrolysis, the quantities of substance liberated at electrodes depend upon the following three factors: the quantity of current passed, time duration of passing the current at a uniform rate, and charge on the ions being deposited. So Faraday's law of electrolysis states that the quantities of substances liberated at electrode depend upon three factors, and you have to remember these three factors. So in this upcoming slides, I will be having some multiple choice questions, 2, 3 or 4. So just go through the questions, answer the questions, and you can also note it down in your copy, and I will suggest you note it down, the questions, and from searching it in Google, you can have the answer. If you search it, if you research on the questions, you can have more than one answer, right? You can have more than one questions in your knowledge. Because if I answer you, I give you the answer, then that will not make you learn about the process. So just go through Google, search Google, and search your reference book and answer the question. So here I'm giving you some time so that you can write the questions. Just a minute. So here is the first question. A compound whose aqueous solution is decomposed into its components when electricity is passed through it is called option A non-electrolyte, option B electrolyte, option C acid, and option D salt. So students, I would suggest you have this question on your paper and search the answer, because if I tell you the answer, you will not learn more than that the question. So search the question and you can have the answer. So this is the first question. Just write it down. I am giving you 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, this is the next question. If any of you missed the question, just in the comment section write, please repeat question number 1 or question number 2, something like that. So this is the second question. The unit used for the quantity of electricity in SI system is option A ohm, option B ampere, option C coulomb, option D gram per equivalent. So what will be the answer? Just write down the question in a paper so that you can find the answers later. Google electrolysis for your reference answer, right? If you Google the question, you can find more than an option. If I give you the option, if I give you the answer, that will, this question will remain only just as a question to you. So I'll refer you, just go through search, just go through reference books to find the answers of this question. Next, question number 3. What mass of calcium is collected on cathode when 1F of electricity is passed through its solution? Question number 3, write down the question and the options also. For question having valued option, the value may vary for 1 or 2 approximation, so you can consider that. So I hope you have completed the third question. So my dear students, hope you have write all the questions over there. And this was all the study about electrolysis. It was a basic class on electrolysis and Faraday's law of electrolysis. Faraday's law of electrolysis, particularly, it will come as a question of 4 or 5 marks or 3 marks. You have to write down the total 3 points of Faraday's law of electrolysis. So this is all about electrolysis. Hope you have enjoyed the class. Hope you have enjoyed the video. And if you need any other further information, you can add that in the query section. I'll definitely try to solve your queries. So thank you once again for seeing this video. Thank you.